Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! For those of you who have been subscribed to my YouTube channel for what must feel like forever, I have been on YouTube for a very long time, and I've had the honor of sharing in so many incredible moments that have truly become unforgettable and really helped me define a legacy. Because that's what I forever and always wanted to leave behind. Long after my time on this earth is over, I want to leave behind a legacy for having solidified the legacies of your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, which you guys have helped me carve and solidify through every video that I've ever uploaded, because you guys accepted me as your voice of Descendants of Zombies. We're talking about stars like Freya Sky, whose futures have truly become very apparent to me. So because they have truly become very apparent to me, it is such an honor for me to record hundreds of videos about Freya Sky and let you guys know how I feel about her, because she is something special. She's always had something special. She's always wanted to be a part of something special. So why can't we just let her be a part of something special, as opposed to uploading videos with criticism in them about Freya Sky? I think way too many people have let us know how they felt about Freya Sky's music and her appearance, and I think that because of this, I think the love and support that fans for Descendants of Zombies, these two franchises, have shown for Freya Sky is really needed. And we have all come together showing our love and support for Freya Sky because of events like the release of her new single, The Silent Treatment, which I love so much. This is going to be one of the best songs that Freya Sky has ever released. I predict it's going to get millions of downloads, millions of reviews, and for all the right reasons. Because Freya Sky has always wanted to be a part of something special with each and every one of you and wanted to share in these moments. I remember when she posted a video about Halloween Fest 2025, and she was so excited to share with you guys what her costume was going to be. It was Tinkerbell. That was the costume she chose out of many. But I remember how beautiful she looked as Tinkerbell, and ironically enough, I just saw a post about how Taylor Swift is being suggested for one of Disney's live actions where she's going to play a princess, or at least she's being suggested to play a princess. And it got me to thinking about how much you guys love Freya Sky and how much you guys would love to see her play a live-action Disney princess, because we've seen so many portrayals of live-action princesses over the years, like Emma Watson, of course Haley Bailey as the Little Mermaid, and Belle from the Beauty and the Beast franchise all the way back in 2017. God, it's really hard to believe that it's been over 10 years since the live-action Beauty and the Beast became a reality, and I was such a huge fan of the live-action Beauty and the Beast. And, you know, I think about people like Freya Sky who have forever and always wanted to don the roles of these live-action princesses, especially Ruby Rose Turner, who wants to play Rapunzel more than anything else in the world. So why not give them a chance? Why not take a chance on people like Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Sky and see what they can do? Because they've been so appreciative of every moment they've had the opportunity to be a part of, like the Worlds Collide Tour and Descendants of Zombies. So give them an opportunity and let them run with it. Let them be creative and give them a chance to really show their opinion on how they feel about different opportunities, and let them be creative. Because I think if you give more creative freedom to people like Freya Sky and Ruby Rose Turner, only good things will come of it, and more people will be more excited than they've ever been before. Because you talk about a world tour for Freya Sky at such a young age. I mean, Freya Sky still has a long way to go, and she's already selling out shows in London, Germany, Australia, different parts of the United Kingdom, and this is exactly what I wanted to have happen for Freya Sky. From the very first moment I had a chance to look at people like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande years ago, I knew they were going to be something special. Taylor Swift's revenue right now stands at $1.5 billion because of her popularity and her fashion sense and her creative nature. And I think the same conversation could happen for people like Freya Sky because of how much of a chance people have taken on her early on in her career. I remember seeing how popular Miley Cyrus would eventually become Ashley Tisdale and eventually Taylor Swift, and how they've forever and always been a part of a conversation that never seems to cease to exist. I say this because the same 3 or 4 celebrities are always given the spotlight, and I think the spotlight has never been more deserving of stars like Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell for what they've done to Descendants and what they've meant to these franchises. Unquestionably, they have become something special, and they have forever and always held a very special place in our heart because of moments like the release of Silent Treatment, which I predict is going to see millions of downloads and millions of hits on YouTube. It's only early on, and already people have watched the teaser for Freya Sky's latest sequel, to all the songs she's released silent treatment over 1 million times. So because she's already gotten 1 million downloads for a teaser, can you imagine how many millions of downloads she's going to put up for silent treatment? I predict this is going to be a time that we are going to be a part of history that we are never ever going to forget. Because Descendants and Zombies is history, I think people should post more nice reviews about Descendants and Zombies while giving it a chance. Because so many critics have chosen to shut down the hopes and dreams that everybody's ever had when it comes to Descendants and Zombies. I mean, you can't deny that you fell in love with the character Nova because of what she represented. Kindness, friendship, hope for everybody seemed to exist because of a character like Nova. And then Malachi Burton's character, Victor, just added icing onto that cake. And I think we've fallen in love with this duo for forever when it comes to the Zombies franchise because we predict a beautiful future to be seen for these characters and their love story, which eventually will become very apparent for the Zombies franchise. It's very apparent right now for those of you who have noticed anything about the Zombies franchise. They are going to carry on a legacy and have legacies of their own that they are going to be defined through because of the story of Zombies, which is a beautiful story in its own right. Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim brought the characters Zed and Addison to life, and they meant so much to our hearts over the last 7 years. Undeniably, they held a special place in my heart because I fell in love with that love story. And I've fallen in love with many love stories over the years, but when you talk about Zed and Addison's love story for the Zombies franchise, it meant so much to millions of people and went on to touch the hearts of millions of Descendants and Zombies fans. When you talk about power couples, Zed and Addison is at the top of the list. I think Victor and Nova, when you talk about a power couple, are well on their way to achieving notoriety and getting recognition from fans of Descendants and Zombies by the millions. Because when you talk about music videos for Freya Sky, they are incredibly beautiful because of how gorgeous Freya Sky is and how much passion she brings to the set of every music video she's ever had the opportunity to produce and record, like Walk On Over, Gold's Gone, Can't Fake It, beautiful songs in their own right. And the Zombies Descendants Worlds Collide collaboration for Gold's Gone, that music video has seen over 1.5 million views. 1.5 million views, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. And that's really a testament and really puts into perspective just how popular Freya Sky is. Over 250 million views on a YouTube channel that was only created over 4 years ago when Freya Sky first premiered and jumped onto the scene. And ever since jumping onto the scene, she's really captivated our hearts. And she's really become the definition of captivation, which is the honor to entertain millions of people and inspire people through how you captivate them. And I think everything about Freya Sky, it just might be me because I'm such a huge fan of Freya Sky and I'm pretty much in love with people like Freya Sky and Kylie Contrell for how many times I upload videos. But it has everything to do with how she's captivated your heart and how she stole it every single time. Every single moment she stepped out onto the Worlds Collide Tour stage and had the opportunity to entertain each and every one of you, she really made the most of every opportunity and every chance that she ever had the chance to be a part of. And I think she's really going to leave a legacy behind for how much of an inspiration she's come out for being. Because of events like the Worlds Collide Tour, her upcoming World Tour, which I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited to write reviews, I'm really excited to read reviews, and I'm really excited to be a part of it because you guys have deserved far better reviews when it comes to Descendants and Zombies for a very long time. You know, over the last 25 years, I've been on YouTube for a very long time. And when I was uploading videos, YouTube wasn't as miraculous as it is now. You couldn't go live, you couldn't stream videos in 4K, you couldn't upload videos more than 10 minutes long. And in 10 minutes I tried to squeeze in as much of an opinion I had on whatever I was talking about. But now I can go up to 25 minutes talking about Freya Sky because she deserves 25 minutes of everybody's life to let everybody know how you really feel about Freya Sky. Forget that. She deserves an hour or 2 hours. Because I think your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars have been a part of a generation that will never be witnessed or experienced ever again when you talk about Disney fans. You know, years ago I had the chance to grow up when Disney was priding itself on creating animations like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, The Jungle Book, Hercules, some of my favorite shows of all time, because I was such a huge fan of animation. I say this because when it came to a premiere for The Lion King or Aladdin in 1994, 1992, 1991 for Beauty and the Beast, I was there. If there was a red carpet premiere to attend, I was there for it. And I remember being in a theater with hundreds of people packing in there for blockbusters like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and being absolutely captivated by Disney's original animated classics. It's been up to over 35, 36 years since the releases of classics like Aladdin and The Little Mermaid, which I remember being a part of because of how special they were. And now nearly 25 years later, I'm talking about live-action franchises like Descendants and Zombies because I love them just as much as each and every one of you because of how they've drawn inspiration from classics like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, which was so fun for me to talk about years ago because I'm still talking about it, and I've never forgot the memories that these franchises have left with me forever and always in my heart. They are moments that I will forever and always hold close to me because of how much they meant to me. If there was a piece of Aladdin merchandise to collect, I had it. From t-shirts to video games to action figures to whatever you could collect, the VHSs at the time for Aladdin, I had them because I was such a huge fan of how much of a hero he was. Because for every villain, they need a hero, and people like Aladdin and Hercules represented the heroes who would always overcome adversity no matter how much of it they were faced with back in the 1990s. And now, look at what spawned off of it, Descendants of Zombies, where people are continuing to draw inspirations off heroes and villains and feeling more inspired than ever before because of how much they've loved these characters portrayed by Freya Sky, who undeniably still has a long way to go, but it's a future that I'm really excited to be a part of, and I have nothing but nice things to say about Freya Sky. So if you're a die-hard fan of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, perhaps you should take a chance on this YouTube channel and allow me to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies, because I promise you I will honor your favorite stars and all the moments that made you fans of Descendants and Zombies, like this one, the premiere of Freya Sky's latest single, Silent Treatment, which I'm really excited about. I'm pretty much raving about it because I know people are going to take to their YouTube channels and they're going to upload videos with criticism seen in them about how they feel about a music video like Silent Treatment. But I think this music video, without even having seen it, is going to be cans across the board. Because you look at music videos like Walk On Over and Gold's Gone with over 1.5 million views. I know it's a far cry from the millions of views that Taylor Swift is racking up on her YouTube channel for her Eras tour, but I think that Freya Sky has forever and always belonged in these conversations. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that she remains forever and always in these conversations, because she deserves to have these conversations in a good way seen and heard about her. Do I think that people like Kylie Control and Freya Sky should be crying every night because of how people feel about them in ridiculous reviews they upload to YouTube? Most certainly not. And that's why I've dedicated the rest of my life to you guys, because you guys have forever and always felt very passionate about every video that I've ever uploaded having anything to do with Descendants of Zombies and conversations about Descendants of Zombies and your favorite stars and all of these moments that have defined you as Descendants of Zombies fans. I really put my heart and a half into every video that I've ever uploaded, because I really do believe that when we upload videos about Kylie Control and Freya Sky, they deserve to hear nice things about them. They deserve to feel confident in their abilities and their performances because they don't live up to a certain standard of how some idiot feels on a video they upload. I think that there are millions of fans who have outshined all this criticism directed towards Kylie Control and Freya Sky for forever, and your opinions are deserved to be heard. Your opinions are deserved to be taken into consideration for what you want to see happen for your favorite franchises and all the moments that have made you a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I do apologize. I've been suffering from a cold for the last several weeks. I haven't made any chicken noodle soup. I just had a cup of tea and a muffin before I recorded this video. But I don't know what it is about me. Every time around Halloween or the Christmas season, I get sick. Maybe it's because I just want to spread so much kindness in every video that I ever upload. And I just am so dedicated to uploading Descendants of Zombies videos that nothing is ever going to stop me from uploading Descendants of Zombies videos for the people who want to see the best videos ever about Descendants of Zombies that have ever been collaborated. For those of you who have noticed anything about me, I'm very dedicated to franchises that you've known, that you've grown up around, that you can define yourself through, because you feel very passionate about Descendants of Zombies, because I know what it's like to be each and every one of you and to feel passionate about whatever it is you're feeling passionate about. Some of you love to sing, some of you love to dance, some of you love to draw, some of you love to be very creative and very inspirational, to feel inspirational. And I think YouTube is a platform that allows us to feel inspirational to people who may watch our videos about whatever we're talking about, like makeup or drawing or a favorite outfit that you have inspired by Descendants of Zombies that you wore at the Worlds Collide Tour, or how you collect the Descendants of Zombies dolls that you share with everybody in your videos. I think it's really cool how passionate and how people feel about Descendants of Zombies and how they continue to draw passion from performances they've seen of Freya Sky at the Worlds Collide Tour or this upcoming World Tour, which I'm really excited about. Tonight is the premiere of Freya Sky's Silent Treatment single. It has yet to be known how many views this single is going to rack up, how many downloads it's going to get on YouTube and Spotify. I'm predicting early on off FreyaSky.com she's going to sell millions of editions of this song, and she's going to be raved about for a very long time. But I know in all the raving that's going to happen for Freya, which she deserves, there is going to be a critic who's going to feel very differently about a fan of this Freya Sky, and I want to apologize early on for what you're going to see, because what you're going to see in these videos is nothing but criticism. And I have forever and always believed, I maybe just saying this because I'm the biggest fans of Kylie Contrell and Freya Sky, one of the biggest fans who has ever existed and had his voice heard by millions of people, because these videos are very popular amongst young age demographics, which I really appreciate, because every follower that I have on this YouTube channel I have dedicated the rest of my life to, which I couldn't be more proud to have done, because I really do believe that when you upload a video reviewing a song that Kylie Contrell or Freya Sky may have dropped, the least you can do is say something nice to give people hope for the foreseeable futures that have everything to do with Freya Sky and Kylie Contrell. Because for those of you who don't know, they are crying all the time because of how some critic feels about them, and I think that their opinion really should never matter when it comes to Freya Sky and Kylie Contrell. Whose opinion should matter is each and every one of your opinions, because you can identify with these characters and you see yourself through the eyes of your favorite pop star. Because many of you believe, you cannot argue the fact that many of you believe that Freya Sky is going to be the next pop star from Disney. So because you believe that, should some critic try to take that away from you, your hopes and your dreams? Because your hopes and your dreams start with how you see the realization of what Freya Sky is, and that's something special to each and every one of you. So I don't think any critic has the right to try to snatch that from underneath you because you're a diehard fan of Freya Sky that come by the millions. I think you guys deserve to be encouraged about how popular this song is going to be, how amazing her upcoming world tour is going to be, and how it aspires to be something special. Because I think for each and every single one of us, we've always wanted to be a part of something special. You know, years ago, I always wanted to be a part of stage productions like Phantom of the Opera and Dracula and Romeo and Juliet and The Notebook and High School Musical. And it was years before I ever had the chance to stand on stage and produce these musicals, but I had so much fun doing it because I knew how much of an inspiration you guys drew from past franchises Disney had promoted, like Hannah Montana and High School Musical, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid. I was so honored to be a part of all these stage productions because I had a greater appreciation for theater, and I realized just how much fun it was. And if I was going to do anything on any video that I ever uploaded, it was going to be to encourage each and every one of you that special things were going to happen for people that you idolized. I did it years ago for Hilary Duff, for Britney Spears, for Jessica Simpson, Lord knows. I talked about Jessica Simpson more than I was ever given credit for. Both her sister and herself and Ashley were beautiful, and they deserve more credit than ever before. And Lindsay Lohan was somebody who I always, perhaps I became famous for Lindsay Lohan commentaries ever before I did Freya Sky or Kylie Contrell, but many years later I became known for Descendants of Zombies videos. But the thing was, whoever I talked about, I always felt very passionate about whoever I talked about. Jessica Simpson, Lindsay Lohan, Ashley Simpson, the Backstreet Boys even, Westlife. I felt very passionate about them, and I wanted the world to know that because I always wanted to leave a legacy behind. And you know something? Somewhere, somehow, because of each and every one of you, through how you've showed me something special because of Descendants of Zombies, I know I'm going to have the chance to go down in history for having a legacy left behind. How, I really don't know, but I know it's going to have something to do with Descendants of Zombies because I had the chance to experience events like the Worlds Collide Tour with each and every one of you. I had the chance to review Freya Sky. And I was one of those guys that took exception to Freya Sky and fell in love with Freya Sky very quickly because I just saw something special in this British girl at just 16 years old who deserved better reviews than she was seeing being uploaded to platforms like YouTube and social media accounts like Instagram and TikTok. You know, I've become very addicted to TikTok and Instagram because of the Descendants of Zombies content, which really hasn't lived up to my criteria because, again, I feel like each and every one of you have deserved far better reviews. So if you are somebody watching this video who feels really excited about the premiere of Freya Sky's latest single, Silent Treatment, I'm looking forward to hearing the entire track in its entirety because I think it's going to be really something special based off the success of Walk On Over, Gold's Gone, and Can't Fake It. Beautiful songs in their own right. 1.5 million views just for the Gold's Gone Worlds Collide Tour collaboration of that music video. Incredible. Truly incredible. Unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my lifetime, and I think that if we're going to talk about Freya Sky, let's give her praise. Let's give her gratitude where gratitude is deserved, and let's take a chance on her more than we ever have before. Because when we take a chance on someone we love, the possibilities are really endless, and they will forever and always remain endless. And that's why this YouTube channel has gone on to become one of the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channels in the world, because of each and every one of you. How it brought us that much closer together, made us the best friends because we shared in our passions for Descendants of Zombies, and this was so special. And it became the greatest honor of my life to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies. I don't think anyone is going anywhere anytime soon. While people will say that people are being kicked off the cast of Zombies and Zombies 5 should never happen and Descendants 5 Book 1 has such and such a release window being suggested, the thing is, what it comes down to is how much each and every one of you believe in it, and how much you believe in that, and how passionate you feel about your favorite characters, and all these defining moments that have really defined you for being fans of Descendants of Zombies. If you see something special in these franchises, continue to hold on to that belief, because the thing that's going to be special is all the memories that this will leave behind. Regardless of how long we have left as fans of Descendants of Zombies, these are moments that should forever and always last forever. And if you feel passionate and if you love Freya Sky so much, never be afraid to let the world know how you feel about it, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to have been your voice of Descendants of Zombies and to be a part of something special with each and every one of you, because I will never, ever forget any of you, and I will never forget this. Having the honor to talk about Freya Sky, having the honor to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies has been so much fun. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video, never knowing how many views I'm going to get, never knowing how many times somebody's going to hit that like button. But just knowing somebody out there loves Descendants of Zombies enough to hit your like button and to subscribe to your YouTube channel, that's what makes these moments so special. So I'm hoping to have this video uploaded by midnight to beat out the algorithm, so I'll be the first guy to review Freya Sky's Silent Treatment single, which I see great things happening for. If you think the same, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much, man. You've been watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs. Happy holidays to everybody. Go watch Snow Angels while you're at it. That's a beautiful music video in its own right. Thank you so much for watching this video and sharing in this unforgettable experience with yours truly. I will never, ever forget this experience I had to share with each and every one of you. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody, because we've got a long way to go when it comes to your favorite stars and the franchises that have made you fans of Descendants of Zombies. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video.